This video is given by Teach Your Brain. Be a teacher of yourself. Hello friends, welcome to my channel again. In the last video, some because of some technical issues, this part cell organelle's voice is not audible. So I am going to take this again. So as I have said before itself, that cell consists of some components, and the main components we have discussed in the video before. Now in this video, we are going to discuss about uh, organelles other than those main organelles. Okay, so these are cell organelles. These cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. Okay, um, cell organelles are important as they carry out some crucial functions in the cell. So let us see in brief. First one we are going to see is endoplasmic reticulum. So this endoplasmic reticulum, it is a large network of membrane bound tubules and vesicles. Okay, it is a large network of membrane bound tubules and vesicles. So here you can see, also in this diagram you can see that this is a large network, right? There are many of these in endoplasmic reticulum. These are commonly known as ER, as given here. These are commonly known as ER. So here this is the large network of endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so this is what the rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is in tubular forms. This is in the tubules form, and these are smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These are in the form of um, vesicles. Okay, so also these are also in the form of tubules. Another name for tubules in rough endoplasmic reticulum is cisternae. Okay, like which is present in Golgi apparatus. So there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So in this picture you can see um, right here you can see this endoplasmic reticulum. There are some dot like structures, right? Those are known as ribosomes. Okay, and here there are no such structures, and this is smooth to see, this is rough to see, and that's why it is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Because of the presence of ribosomes, it is known as rough ER, and absence of ribosomes, it is known as smooth ER. Next, so you can see here, because of the presence of ribosomes, so these are the sites of protein synthesis. Okay, so rough endoplasmic reticulum are the sites of protein synthesis, whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is the site of fat molecules. Okay, synthesis of fat molecules. So the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is actually helps in the functions of um, biochemical activities. Okay, it carry out biochemical activities, and it detoxifies many poisons. Okay, mainly in animal cells, it helps to detoxify many poisons. Okay, next is function of rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER. So as it has presence of ribosomes. These helps in synthesis of proteins. Okay, here they have given two types of proteins and some other. So first is serum proteins and membrane proteins, and a number of other proteins. Okay, so also it helps in the process of membrane biogenesis. Membrane biogenesis is that the ribosomes are actually the site of protein manufacture, right? So these are present in rough endoplasmic reticulum. After the protein is manufactured in ribosomes in rough endoplasmic reticulum, then these proteins are sent to various places which need cell. Okay, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in manufacture of fat molecules, or also known as lipids. So um, So smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in manufacture of fat molecules and lipids that are these are important for cell function. And while telling about cell membrane, I have said that cell membrane is made up of proteins and lipids. So the rough endoplasmic proteins from rough endoplasmic and lipids from smooth endoplasmic both helps in building the cell membrane. So this process is known as membrane biogenesis. Okay, so next difference between smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. So here you can see, um, in smooth endoplasmic sorry in smooth endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are absent, but in rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are present. Okay, and here in smooth endoplasmic reticulum, they are present near cell membrane. Okay, these are present near cell membrane, but here it is near the nucleus. Okay, and smooth endoplasmic, they are formed of tubules, as I have said in that picture itself. See here, it is made up of tubules, right, and it is situated near cell membrane. But here in this rough endoplasmic reticulum, these are made of cisternae, and these are present near nucleus. Okay, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in lipid formation. Okay, and it is found in lipid forming cells. For example, they have given adipocytes, interstitial cells, adrenal cortical cells, leukocytes, and retinal cells. Okay, and rough endoplasmic reticulum is found in the protein forming cells. So for example, acinal cells, goblet cells, plasma cells, Nissls granules, endocrine cells, etc. So this distinguish is important one. So next one we are going to see is about Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus, it was first described by a scientist named Camillo Golgi. Because of his discovery, he only discovered this Golgi apparatus. His name was kept for this Golgi apparatus. Okay, so it is a system of membrane bound vesicles called cisterns. Okay, here. So here this is known as cisterns. Okay, this flattened surface, these are known as cisterns. Okay, so in this Golgi apparatus, it will be stacked from 6 to 8, and it is present near endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, it sits near rough endoplasmic reticulum because its function is packing the material and sending to its location. Okay, so from simple sugars, complex sugars are made. It was done in the Golgi apparatus, and Golgi apparatus helps in the formation of lysosomes, which we will study about later. And Golgi apparatus functions include the storage, modification, and package of cell products. Okay, and after that Golgi apparatus over, now we are going to see about lysosomes. Lysosomes are actually small membrane bound sacs. Okay, they have powerful digestive enzymes, so that they can digest the worn out cell organelles. These are made up of Golgi apparatus. Okay, and when the cell gets damaged, lysosomes burst and its own cell. It would digest its own cell. So that's why it is known as suicidal bags of a cell. At the same time, it is the waste disposal system of cell. That's why it is known as housekeeper of cell. So lysosomes are known by two common names. One is suicidal bags and housekeeper of cell. Because of the digest their own cell, they are known as suicidal bags of a cell. Because of this waste disposal system, it is known as housekeeper of cell. Okay, next, they are found in the cytoplasm of an eukaryotic cell. So I have already said what is prokaryotic and what is eukaryotic, right? So lysosomes are found in the cytoplasm of an eukaryotic cell, not in prokaryote. So next is mitochondria. So mitochondria is very special because they produce energy and store in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and it is the membrane which has double membrane and contains its own DNA and ribosomes. Okay, uh, outer membrane is very porous. As it has double membrane, its outer membrane is very porous, whereas the inner membrane is deeply folded. So here outer membrane is very porous and inner membrane is deeply folded. And ATP, it is the energy currency of all cell. Okay, so mitochondria is known as powerhouse of cell because they produce energy and store it in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So they are known as powerhouse of a cell. Sorry, and they have their own DNA and ribosomes, so they can make their own proteins. Okay, so this is the structure of mitochondria. It is located in the cytoplasm of cells along with other cell organelles. So in this picture you can see the nucleus, Golgi apparatus, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, also rough endoplasmic reticulum present, and this is the mitochondria. Okay, as other cell organelles, they are present in the cytoplasm of the cell. And here this outer layer, okay, this outer layer is actually porous, and the inner layer, you can see this is deeply folded. Okay, so this is known as cristae, and this blue color fluid like structure, it is known as mitochondrial matrix. Okay, so next is plastids. When we come to see about plastids, they are present only in plant cell and not in animal cell. Okay, they are present only in plant cell, not in animal cell, and they are of three types. One is chromoplasts, which is the colored plastids and gives colors to fruits, vegetables, petals of the flower, and etc. Leucoplast is white or colorless plastids because it stores its function is to store materials, not to give color. And chloroplasts, they are green pigmented. Okay, this is white or colorless, this is green pigmented, so it is present in the leaves and helps in photosynthesis. Okay, it also contains various other pigments like yellow or orange. As I have said before, I think it's in 6th or 7th, that some colors would mask the chlorophyll, right? So plastids is also a double membrane. It is also covered by a double membrane. The matrix is in mitochondria we have seen the matrix. In plastids it is known as stroma. Okay, and plastids also have their own DNA and ribosomes, so they also can make their own proteins. Okay, so next plastids, they include chloroplast, chromoplast, leucoplast. Okay, um, so some species of euglenoid contain chloroplast. So this is the structure of the chloroplast. Here this is the outer membrane, this light green, and the dark green is inner membrane. So the gray colored space behind is known as stroma. Okay, these structures are known as thylakoids. Okay, so some species of euglenoid contain chloroplasts. They synthesize food by photosynthesis. Okay, they are found in all plant cells and euglenoids. It is some type of living organism. And next is vacuoles. So vacuoles are known as the storage sacs. Okay, they store materials. Okay, in animal cells they are small, whereas in plant cell they are large. Okay, small in size in animals, and plants, they have large and may occupy about 50 to 90% of cell volume. So it provides the rigidity to cell, so that it provides a strong strength to the cell. Okay, and substances like amino acids, sugars, organic acids, and proteins, they are stored in the vacuoles. So in amoeba, food vacuole is specialized to play an important role. You know that the process in amoeba to intake the food, right? So for that it is very helpful. So see here, this is a plant cell, and here you can see nucleus is present in near the cell membrane, and this is the vacuole. Here there are two types of vacuole. uh, One is lytic vacuole and another is protein storage vacuole. Okay, and when you see in this animal cell, you can see that nucleus is present at the center and the vacuole is so small. In amoeba, this is the vacuole. sorry, that is the vacuole, and it plays an important role. Okay, so vacuoles also move around the cell. Vacuoles won't stay in the same place. It moves around the cell so that it can dispose its waste. Whatever waste it has, it can dispose. That's why it moves always. It won't stay in same place. So today's session is over. If you have any doubts, you can ask through the email ID and Instagram ID. So you will get a new video for class 10. Actually, I have put it on 5th September, like that in the last video. As I have to put this video again, I have changed the date. That is coming Tuesday. Coming Monday or Tuesday, I will post it. Thank you, friends. Subscribe our channel for more videos. Thank you.